When Animal Crossing New Horizons launched in March 2020, it became a cultural phenomenon. As the world locked down, millions escaped to its charming islands, finding comfort in its relaxing gameplay and creative freedom. Yet Nintendo's decision to abruptly end major updates in 2022 left players frustrated, exposing the company's tendency to abandon games too soon. The game was initially marketed as a living experience with promises of ongoing content. Early updates delivered fun additions like swimming and farming that kept players engaged. However, the final major update in late 2022 felt rushed, adding only minor features while ignoring deeper issues. One of the biggest disappointments was the lack of meaningful villager interactions. Previous Animal Crossing games featured villagers with distinct personalities. They could be rude, move away unexpectedly, or reject gifts. New Horizons stripped away this unpredictability, making villagers overly friendly and generic. Players missed the quirky charm that made earlier entries special. The game's customization tools were revolutionary but frustratingly limited. Terraforming proved tedious, and multiplayer was bogged down by endless loading screens. While players created incredible islands, from haunted forests to bustling cities, they had to work around Nintendo's poor quality-of-life choices. The community developed workarounds like spreadsheets to track designs, but these were merely band-aid solutions for problems Nintendo ignored. Despite its flaws, New Horizons remains a beloved escape. But Nintendo's failure to support it long-term left players feeling abandoned. The game's legacy is bittersweet, a masterpiece of cozy gameplay held back by corporate short-sightedness. New Horizons proved that even the most magical virtual worlds need care to thrive. Let's be real. When Nintendo finally pulled back the curtain on the Switch 2 earlier this year, we all expected magic. This was supposed to be the glorious next chapter after the original Switch took over the world. Instead, what we got feels like Nintendo took their winning formula, gave it a lukewarm makeover, and called it a day. Right out of the gate, the Switch 2's hardware specs had gamers scratching their heads. Nintendo's excuse about future iterations sounds about as convincing as when they pretended Joy-Con drift wasn't a real problem. And don't even get me started on the battery life. Somehow they managed to make it worse than the original Switch. Speaking of which, that launch lineup? Oof. Nintendo's big play was giving us another Mario Kart, but with some open-world lipstick slapped on it, and souped-up versions of games we've been playing since the Obama administration. Sure, Breath of the Wild looks prettier now, but charging extra for 4K versions of old Switch games? Then there's the pricing. Good luck getting one without jumping through Nintendo's ridiculous pre-order hoops. They're treating these consoles like limited edition amiibos instead of, mass-market electronics. What's most disappointing is how safe Nintendo's playing it. This is the company that gave us motion controls, dual screens, and hybrid consoles. Now they're acting like adding a slightly better chip counts is innovation. Don't get me wrong, the Switch 2 isn't a bad console, it's just fine. At the end of the day, the Switch 2 feels like Nintendo resting on its laurels. They've got us all hooked on their exclusive games, so why bother actually innovating? It's the gaming equivalent of your favorite band putting out a greatest hits album with 2 new tracks. You'll buy it, they know you'll buy it, and everyone walks away a little disappointed.